Josef Rakich, thank you very much for having me into your place.
No problem.
Cool, this is new for me. Normally I have people come to me, but I'm figuring it might be more comfortable if I come visiting my my talent.
Yep.
It's good. So you are a fitness and social media guru. How did you get into that? Tell me about it.
So I guess I'll take you way back to the start when it all started, and that would have been when I was at school. When I was at school, I didn't really have any idea what I wanted to do or where I was going in life. I was never really good at school. I actually failed school. But while I was at school, my mum, she won a free gym trial. She didn't want the gym trial, so she gave that to me. And I went along to the gym for a trial, 2 weeks. And I wouldn't say that I enjoyed it or it was like my favorite thing to do, but I saw my friends there, people from school, and I kind of got in the social environment of going to the gym and hanging out there. But then after the 2 weeks, I joined up to the gym just because it was a good social place to hang out and chat and lift some weights here and there. And then I started, going inconsistently. So I'd go a few days of the week here and there, but as I started doing that, I did notice my physique start to change. So
How old were you then, roughly?
Maybe about 17, 18.
Oh, sweet, late teens.
Yep. So I saw my physique start to change, and that's when I kind of got a little bit more serious about my diet and my training, and that's when I applied that to myself. I started going online, doing my own reading, my own research, learning what I need to do, what's a good workout program to follow, what's a good diet to follow, and I started applying all this to myself. And I guess that's when I started seeing my physique really change. And when I started seeing my physique really change, that's when I really started to enjoy the gym.
Yeah.
So funny enough, actually when I was at school, I didn't really like school much, apart from lunchtimes, and I did enjoy PE, which is physical education. I enjoyed rugby, soccer, running around, whatever. Funny enough, though, when we had weights room at school, I always forgot my gym clothes because I just didn't like lifting. I was a skinny guy, 61 kgs, and pretty weak. But once I started going, consistently to the gym, and my physique started improving, my strength started going up, that's when it really started to become something that I really enjoyed. And basically all day I would look forward to going to the gym because I couldn't wait to get there, and it became a hobby. So I continued doing what I was doing at the gym, and then years passed. I guess something that was a hobby turned into a passion, and then because it was a passion, it was basically all I lived for, eating, sleeping, training, doing everything to try and change my physique. And I went through a pretty somewhat decent transformation, and I started posting my pictures up online on just bodybuilding forums, my before and after pictures, and people started asking me for advice. Hey, what was the diet you're following? What's the workout program? So I started giving them advice here and there. And at this point in my life, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I knew I had a passion for the gym. So I started working for my dad. He owned a food distributing business, so I was just packing food orders and delivering food to restaurants and bakeries and stuff like that. But then on the side, I started to study to become a personal trainer. I did that, got my qualifications, and started working in a gym. But while I was working in a gym, training clients one-on-one and doing boot camps, I was still helping people online through these bodybuilding forums, all for free on the online stuff. But it kind of got to a point where so many people were asking me for advice and help that I thought this is a service that I could, offer and charge for. So
how long ago was that?
Probably going to butcher this, but maybe 6 years,
okay.
7 years.
Yep.
And so that's when I set up just a basic website, and anyone on the forums who asked me for help with a meal plan workout program, I'd direct them to my website, and I'd purchase a meal plan or workout program from me, which then I'd get their information and I'd create the meal plan design specifically for them. And yeah, years passed, and that's when I jumped onto the other social medias like Facebook.
Yep.
Instagram came along, started posting videos on YouTube, Snapchat came along, and I just started using all social media platforms to try and get myself out there, give myself exposure, because I figured out, the more people that I can be in front of, the more eyeballs can see me, which could potentially get me more clients. And yeah, so I've basically just left the in-gym training now and just focus fully online,
Sick.
social media.
What has been the biggest platform that you've noticed? I know that it may have changed actually, but what has it been like with the platforms for Facebooks and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, it's definitely changed. I think I built most of my business from Facebook. Facebook used to be amazing for me, and it's where I have my biggest audience. But the algorithm on Facebook has changed quite a lot now, and it's hard for me to get the reach.
Yeah.
So now Instagram's, coming up a little bit more. But I would say overall, a big fan of YouTube.
Yeah.
And the reason I like YouTube more than these other platforms is because on YouTube, it's not just a picture which someone likes and scrolls past. It's a video. So your audience or the people watching you or following you, they can connect with you a little bit deeper, understand who you are as a person. And I think that's got a lot more potential to get a new client or acquire a new client because they understand who you are and you can get your message across a little bit more. And also YouTube is a search function.
Yeah.
On Instagram, you post a picture up and in 2 days, it's probably gone from most people's feed.
Yeah.
But on YouTube, I've got some arm workouts up there. People type in arm workout and my video comes up. And I could have posted that 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
So YouTube is great, and that's probably where most of my focus is right now.
Yeah.
But again, I still use them all because I know there's still potential on all of them.
Percentage-wise, how much would you say? I mean, we all know that workouts and training and all that is 80% food. That's as people say these days, 80% food, 20% the workout. How much of what you actually put out is exercise regime, and how much of it is dietary advice?
So I would say I probably put out 70 to 80% of my content would be based around workouts, and the remaining would be just stuff about my diet or just other stuff that is related. Now, they're both as important as each other, but I do think most beginners getting into the gym always want to know what the workout is first, and the diet is like the secondary option. So once they start getting going with the workouts and they learn all that, that's when they learn that diet is the most important part.
Yeah.
So that's when they start searching stuff on the diet, how much protein, how much carbs, how much fats do I need. But yeah, I do cover all subjects.
Yeah, it's amazing when people realize that, you go to the gym a lot, and I see this at my gym. You see people there every fucking day, and they're lifting and all that sort of stuff, but you're not seeing much change. They might get a little bit bigger, or they might get a little bit of something, but you can tell that beer gut's not going away because they're still drinking hard on the weekends, or they're still eating junk food and whatever. You just want to shake them and say, look, you are putting all this money into this workout, and effort exactly into these workouts, and you're eating burgers and fries. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And it's oh man, drives me nuts.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's almost like the more effort I put into something, the better I would want to be in all other aspects. Exactly. So that effort is worth it.
Yeah. You start understanding the fuel that you put on the tank. You'll be able to shred quicker or lift more and just feel better about yourself in no time.
Yep.
What is gender-wise predominantly? What do you have? Males or females, or it's pretty even?
So that's pretty interesting. So my whole time I've been doing this online side of stuff, we've been pretty much just male-based. And I think that was just because I was a male, and I was more on, the bodybuilding kind of ripped abs kind of thing.
Going with what you know that more,
And I just attracted a male audience more, and it was hard for me to get female clients. But funny enough, it's done a huge switch right now. We've been getting some female affiliates who have used my programs and had amazing results. So they've started promoting my services because they've had such amazing results on it. And we're paying them commission for the sales that they get us. And it's just transformed our business. So we're getting all these female clients coming on now. And females are much better than males at documenting stuff. So when I have male clients, they don't really post much up on social media and stuff. But the females, they're posting all their meals and their journey, and they tell you how they're feeling in the morning. And they document it all through their Instagram stories. And that's just attracting more of their friends and followers to jump on and, start going through their own transformation. So it's probably now I would say maybe 60% males and the rest females. But before that, it was 95-5.
I think it's dead true, isn't it? I mean, guys are always a little bit more apprehensive about sharing sharing their feelings. Even we're dudes. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
We've still got that thing, sharing our feelings, sharing what we're doing, sharing all that sort of stuff, whereas chicks just love it.
Yeah.
But there is a change. There is a change even from the other side. Dudes are getting more interactive with their Instagram feeds and getting things out there and sharing as well. So, I mean, there is positive change all around. I'm loving seeing what's happening in the fitness world at the moment, especially with women. I mean, you're seeing so many fit chicks out there. CrossFit has made a difference, I think. You see some of these girls, and it's like strong is the new sexy. And I think that's great. And I think people like you are definitely getting advantage out of all that, isn't it? The whole world seems to be changing in the way they're thinking and the way they're eating, which is really, really good.
Yeah, that's awesome to see because, 10 years ago, it wasn't like that.
No.
If the girl went to the gym, it should just be on a cardio machine.
Yeah, exactly. It was only cardio. And now you're seeing chicks like pumping, and I'm like, yep.
Yeah, that's cool, eh?
Not complaining about watching that.
Yeah.
That is great. What sort of stories are you hearing from people? So give us a breakdown of how the website works and what kind of information do you get from your clients? Is it all tailor-made?
Yep. So every single thing that I do is 100% personalized to my clients and their specific goals. And it needs to be like that in order for my clients to get results. So I couldn't give a male who's 6'5" and 120 kgs wanting to bulk up and put on weight the same diet as a female who's 5'4" that sits down at a desk all day. Like they would need complete different calorie intakes and depending on their goals. So each meal plan and each workout program that my clients get is completely different. And all my meal plans and workout programs are updated monthly. Now, when a client signs up to the Josef Rakich fitness program, they get a questionnaire. In this questionnaire, it's a whole bunch of questions such as their height, their weight, age, gender, daily activity level. Do they sit down all day or are they out building fences? And a whole lot of other information. And then from all this information, we've built a system that can work out how much calories they need, how much protein, how much carbohydrates, and how much fats, all based on what my Josef Rakich recommendations are. So for example, I say my clients should have 1 gram of protein per pound of their lean body weight, 0.4 grams of fat per pound of their lean body weight, for hormone function, brain function, stuff like that. So I've set all these certain rules that I have in regards to nutrition. So if I was to manually create a meal plan, these are all the rules that I would follow. So all these specific rules have been put into the system. So when my client enters in all their details, all these rules get applied, and then they get a meal plan and workout program based exactly on what I would give them if I was to manually sit down and write it. Right. And so it's 100% personalized to them and their goals based on my recommendations.
Right.
So for example, if they're bulking, I say they should start off in a 300 calorie surplus, which allows them to put on muscle without too much body fat. But then if their goal is to lose body fat, I put them in a 500 calorie deficit because I think I can be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
And these are all just my own personal things that I've applied to the system, which works out everything for my clients. And that also allows me to update their meal plans every 4 weeks. So if you follow a certain diet for a certain amount of time with the same amount of calories, your body will get used to that. So having adjustments every 4 weeks is crucial in keeping your body changing and continue with the results coming in. And I think that's why my clients get such amazing and fast results.
Sweet. How much have you seen the science change? Like you've been doing it for, let's say you've been passionate about it for a good 10, 15 years. How much has things changed scientifically, or the way workouts go, or just experimenting for yourself? Like how much change have you seen in terms of what happens?
Heaps, and I almost feel like it changes daily. And there's just so many myths out there, but some of these myths aren't like bad or like they won't stop you from achieving what you're trying to achieve. For example, fasted cardio. I used to be a big believer in you had to do your cardio fasted in a fasted state, so you got nothing in you. Your glycogen's depleted, so you can dip into your fat stores.
Yeah.
And that's always been the thing for years and years. But now it's pretty much goes to show that you don't need to be in a faster state for your cardio to be effective. For example, if you did cardio in a faster state versus cardio in a fed state, and you burnt 300 calories in each of those cardio sessions, and you are on a 2,500 calorie diet in both scenarios, total fat loss over the 24-hour period would be identical. Now, if you did the cardio in a faster state, because you've got no calories in you, you would burn more body fat during this cardio. But if you did your cardio in a fed state, you would burn less body fat, but more calories because you've just had the meal.
Right, gotcha. Yeah.
But then because you've burnt calories from that meal, later on in the day, you'll be burning more body fat.
Right, gotcha.
So it's always going to equal out,
Right.
So will fasted cardio burn more body fat during the cardio? Yes. Will it burn more body fat over the 24-hour period if calorie intake was equal in both scenarios? No. So it kind of just, there's a lot of myths that get busted like that basically go to show you don't have to do your cardio in a faster state.
No.
Just do your cardio.
Yeah. And I suppose and that's good because then it allows people to work out what works best for them.
Yep.
Me personally, I do cardio fasted because if I eat anything, I just want to throw up.
Same with me.
You know? Yeah. So I'm at this day where it's like I'm comfortable doing this. I like it. I feel leaner after doing it, you know, and you know, for the rest of the day, it's great. But comfort-wise, I got to do it on an empty stomach.
And that same as me. I do my cardio fasted. I don't do cardio at the moment, but when I'm trying to lean up, I do it fasted.
Yeah.
And then people say, hey, I thought you said fasted cardio is not better. And my reply is, it's not. I'm not saying it's better, but it's just when I like to do my cardio, because it's easy for me to wake up and just do my cardio on the treadmill, then have to have a meal and then do my cardio. You know, it's just, you have to do what suits your lifestyle best.
What do you think about burnout? Is it possible to burn out?
Burnout, yes, it is, but I think it is very hard to reach that stage. You're talking about overtraining.
Yeah, overtraining.
Yep. So overtraining definitely is a thing. You know, you can overtrain your CNS, your central nervous system, but I do think to get to that level, it is very hard, and you have to push your body to extremes, which most people don't. And in most cases of overtraining, I wouldn't say it's overtraining. It's more so under eating and under recovering, under sleeping. So I don't think people really need to worry about overtraining, because I don't think 99% of people will actually reach true overtraining.
It also depends on your goals as well, I guess. Like if you're doing a bodybuilding contest or something like that, you don't want to do too much cardio.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, that's true.
You've got to pick out what it is you're doing, and you've got to be very strategic with that. So sleep-wise, what do you recommend sleep-wise?
Well, optimal would be at least 8 hours. But I understand that's not possible for everyone. For example, myself, I don't probably get 8 hours. I'd love to. But 6 to 8 is probably what you should aim for. If you're running off like 4 or 5, it's probably going to be affecting you in some way or another.
I don't know how people do that.
I
don't think in the long run either. I think if you're getting 4 or 5 hours now, let's just say someone in their 20s and early 30s, they're doing 4 to 5 hours and they're smashing it. I'm like, dude, by the time you guys are like 55, 60, you're going to be buggered. You know what I mean?
It's going to catch up on you in some way.
It catches up on you. I mean, Alzheimer's is a result of bad sleeping patterns and all that. And, you know, if you genetically don't know what you're capable of doing and you're not getting enough sleep, so eventually it's all going to catch up. Bad. What have been some of the stories that you've heard from some of your clients? Tell me some of those tear-jerking stories, brother.
Tear-jerking stories? You mean like funny stories?
No. Like, so obviously you're going to get a lot of people coming to you saying, "Oh, like this has changed my life. This has done big things for me." What have been some of the highlights? Give me a couple of highlight stories there.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you meant like, you know, funny emails that have come in.
Oh no, we'll get to that too. No, you brought that up. I'm like, I think you've got something there, eh? We'll talk about that soon.
We get unlimited numbers of emails that come in from just clients who are, you know, just blown away with their life. Like a lot of my clients have emailed in and said, you know, they've been in a really dark place, felt depressed, you know, tried everything and just can't get that weight off. And no matter what they do, they keep gaining weight, and it was just getting them down and down and more depressed. And it wasn't until, you know, they started JRF, Josef Rakich Fitness, that they really got into a routine and a healthy habit and a healthy mindset. And just being so consistent and being part of the JRF community really helped them and kept them accountable to their program and their goals.
Yeah.
And some of them have just had amazing transformations, literally thousands of transformations we've had. And just to see people's responses on not just how it's changed their physique, but how it's actually changed their whole entire life, it's honestly one of the coolest things ever.
Healthy body, healthy mind, eh?
Exactly, so true.
Yeah. For me, my brief journey that I've been on at the moment, a couple of years ago, depression, really bad. And then I just stopped, changed, and thought, right, I'm not going to hit the piss. I'm going to work out, and I am going to meditate, and I'm going to just look after myself really, really well. Changed my diet completely, stopped drinking, and it was great. Hit the gym, and mate, it was just within a couple of weeks, I was like a new person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Depression was gone, sleeping better.
Yep.
Feeling just stronger again, because when I was younger, I used to play rugby to quite a good level, and it was just nice to be able to think, right, I'm never going to get that fit again because I was 20 back then, but I can get close, and I remember that happiness that you have, you know what I mean? And the other thing that I found is the structure. You give yourself a bit of discipline, get up in the morning, and I don't mean discipline like getting and hiding every time you do something wrong. I mean discipline as in the routine.
Yeah, routine is so important.
Yeah, so you get that routine and the consistency, and everything else in your life that goes on top of it, it's a breeze.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, it is easier anyway. I wouldn't say it's a breeze, but certainly you can handle it a lot more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from dealing with you over the last few weeks with Awaken, which we'll talk about in a moment, I've watched a few testimonial interviews with some of your clients, and the predominant thing that gets me emotional is the mental health ones, the people who have just been down, the people who have been suicidal, the people who just wanted to change, not only for themselves, but also for the people around them. You know what I mean? And that must be, for you, that must be epic.
Oh, it is. You know? And especially when you see someone cry on social media, that's when it hits home. It's a whole lot deeper. And if someone cries, it's like that's really changed their life, you know? It gives me goosebumps just talking about it. It's epic, man. It's cool, man.
No, big ups to that, eh? With what you're doing, this is a bit of a segue, is it competitive? Are you competing with people out there, or do you just say, no, fuck it, I'm doing my thing, other people are doing this too, which is awesome? Well, how do you, is it a competitive market?
Yeah, so when I first started online training, I honestly don't think there was anyone else doing it. There probably was.
Yep.
Like I didn't copy from anyone. I'm not saying I was the first.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't even know it was a thing. I just kind of got into it and started doing it.
Yep. And
then years later, it's almost like every single person with an Instagram that goes to the gym is an online trainer in some way.
Yeah. Fuck, I know, right?
So the competition definitely has, increased, and there's definitely a lot more competition. But the way we do things is quite different to a lot of other people. We try and create more of a community and more of a group instead of just one meal plan and you're gone. We really try and get deep, create the community, and change lives. The thing I
like about that is you're saying you're creating a community, and this is an online community, Instagram, Facebook, and other channels that you're using. The thing I like about that is in a time where community seems to be just falling apart, the word community, we don't have everybody's sort of on their phones, everybody's on their computers, everybody's very internal these days. Community, we haven't got much of it anymore, and that can be a catalyst for things like depression. That can be a catalyst for all sorts of problems in life. You are creating a community online, and it's a genuine one. You know what I mean? Everyone's there for the same purpose.
Yep.
Everybody's there to achieve the same goals. And, that's rad.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
No, it's so cool. And I think that is one of the reasons why, JRF does stand out from the rest, is because we offer that community thing. And we also offer updates to their meal plans and workout programs, which, keeps people going. If they have to follow the same diet for, half a year, it's going to be pretty boring.
That would suck.
Yeah.
You're having chicken and broccoli for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Boo. So life isn't perfect. Life can be hard. What has been some of the down points in your life? Now, I know there have been some struggles in your past, and you've come out on this end and all guns blazing and everything's cracking along. What are some of the down points, bro? Tell me about what's been going on with you.
Yep. So I guess everyone goes through their highs and lows. And yeah, I've definitely had my lows. I guess the thing, or the time that I was at my lowest, I got into some trouble when I was younger.
Yeah.
So, apart from this, I haven't really, battled with any problems or any issues. I kind of just been going through life. But then when I was at school, I guess I wouldn't say I got into a bad group of friends, because they were my friends, and like they weren't. I guess they were a bad group, but they're all my friends.
Yeah.
And we're in like
It's a group that developed bad habits.
That's the correct wording. And we're into the party scene, and going out to the clubs, and just I got into a little bit of drugs, like taking pills and stuff.
Yeah.
And I used to drink alcohol as well, but I kind of stopped drinking alcohol, and I just continued doing pills on the weekend and with my mates. And then it kind of got to the point where my friends would ask me, hey, can you get me some? So I'd kind of get my friends some.
Yeah.
And then it would be like my friend would say, hey, can you get me some and my friends some? So it'd be me getting some for the group.
Yeah.
And I guess from there, I never tried to get into what I was doing, but I just somehow landed into drug dealing. As bad as that sounds.
It just happened.
It did.
There you go. Yeah.
Like I never tried going and selling it. People just started coming to me, can you get me this? And I was like, yeah, I can.
Yeah. You just became a guy who had a service that you could provide, and you didn't know any better at the time.
And I was young, dumb, stupid, and I really just guess I got completely carried away, and I got into it pretty seriously, and I had no idea how bad it was, or how much damage I could be doing.
Yeah.
And I guess I was in a pretty messed up stage of my life, not really thinking.
Yeah.
While this was all going on, I did start the online personal training thing, and that was ticking along. And then it kind of got to a point where the online personal training thing started doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't know, one day it just hit me that I thought, why am I mucking around in all this stuff? Like this is not me. Like I got to think of my future. What's going to happen? Yeah. So I swear to God, I swear on my family, I swear on my life. One day, I just completely stopped. Told all the people that I used to sell to that I can't do it no more. You got to go to this guy now.
Yeah.
Completely stopped, cold turkey.
Yeah.
And, I just started focusing 100% online.
Yeah.
Doing everything online, creating my online business.
Yeah.
Maybe a year and a half, 2 years went past, and I hadn't done anything, touched nothing. Didn't even take them. I was really into the gym at this point. So I didn't drink. I didn't take drugs. I was I didn't even drink fizzy drink. All I drank was water. So I was pretty clean,
Yeah.
And then one day I went to the gym. It was like 7 a.m. I don't normally even go at that time. And then I got home and 2 undercover cop cars were at my house.
Oh shit.
And then I got out of my car, and they must have just pulled up, seconds before me.
Yep.
And they all got out of their car. They were in vests and everything. And then they said, Joseph, you come inside. We need to talk. And my heart just sunk in my stomach.
Shit.
And I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
So we went inside, and they sat me down. And then, they pretty much raided the house.
Yeah.
My mum was there, and she called my dad. My dad came home from work. My mum and dad were crying. It was pretty traumatic for them, I guess. Obviously, they found nothing. I was completely clean. And I'm pretty sure the cops knew that I had kind of stepped out of this as well.
Yeah.
Because my other mates, they got arrested. There was 5 of us in total.
Yeah.
They took the police dogs to their house and had them sniffing through the house. They searched their whole house, where in my house they only searched my room and the garage and a few other places.
Yeah.
They didn't put me in handcuffs, though. I walked to the car.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they knew that I'd stepped away from this.
Yeah.
But they just had so much, evidence on me. They tapped my phone for,
Was that right?
more than a year. They took me to the police station. They played me, phone call recordings of me on the phone.
Holy shit.
I went through probably 20, 30 different mobile phones with different numbers.
Yeah.
They had them all my text messages to everyone.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of evidence on me. And I wasn't denying it. Like, I did used to deal the pills, and I told them that. But I'm pretty sure they knew that I had stepped away, but because what I did in the past was illegal, I still had to pay for it in some way.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went through court. It took, quite a while to go through all the court process.
Yeah.
And that was a very stressful time because while I was completely, clean and a good boy now, trying to focus on my fitness business, trying to grow my fitness business and make it a success, it was hard with all this court case going through.
Oh, I bet.
And at this time, this was all happening. John Rakich, who's the manager of Josef Rakich Fitness, he just started helping me grow Josef Rakich Fitness and turn it into an actual proper business.
Yeah.
But before he signed his contract and came on board, I had to tell John the whole story, the whole background.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want him to start working for me, then find all this out.
Yeah.
So I was completely upfront with him. I told him everything. Yeah. And it was pretty emotional. I don't know why, but it was just one of those emotional things. And
coming clean, so to speak. It's never easy. It's hard, man. Sometimes, but it's good what you do. It's look, just come clean early, do it now, and then later on. Yeah.
And so he was really appreciative of me telling him before he came on board.
Yep.
But he said, everyone makes mistakes when they're younger. He'll support me, and he'll help me get me through this. So for the however long the court case went on, I think it was maybe close to 2 years.
Yeah.
He helped me the whole way through. He was in contact with my lawyers. He was doing everything, and I was looking at 4 years in jail if worst case scenario. Thank God I didn't get that. Yeah. But went through the stressful time of going through the court case. All of my mates, none of them got jail time, but they all got 12 months home detention.
Right.
Because me and my business and having a conviction would prevent me from traveling, and that's so important for my business and, appearances and going to fitness expos. We were fighting for a discharge without conviction.
Yeah.
And the end result was we did get a discharge without conviction. I had to pay a $30,000 donation to a charity of my choice, which I gave to the Salvation Army. And then, I got discharged without conviction. So I've got no convictions on my name. And I guess that was a happy day when I got to walk out of there stress-free and everything was off. But I do regret what I did, and I do regret all the people that I hurt, like my family and all the stress that I put them through. Yeah. So it was a hard time, but I came out the end, and I'm trucking along.
Trucking along.
Yeah.
So what have you taken out of that experience?
Yeah. I guess everyone just has their bad points in life. Some people have their bad points, a little bit more serious than others, and doing something stupid when you're younger can literally screw up your whole life. And it could have screwed up my whole life, and I could have wasted my whole life and just thrown it all away. And I was just ignorant at the time. I didn't know. Yeah. So I'm just grateful I changed. I became a changed person. And I just started focusing on the positives, always looking at the positive things in life, keeping a positive mindset, and just always trying to be the best and do the best from here on. I know I can't change the past. Yeah. I would if I could, but you can't change the past. You just have to deal with it. You have to accept it. And I was always scared for a long time as well, not telling people about this. But, I can't run from my past forever and hide it. It's going to come out one way or another. So I've always been open to speaking about it now, and just knowing that I was dumb, young, stupid, ignorant. I learned my lesson, and
we all are once, and I think everyone deserves second chances.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Everyone deserves that sort of thing. I don't like what's happening at the moment in media and whatnot. People are bringing up Twitter conversations from 10 years ago and all that sort of shit, and it's like what? But 10 years ago, we're dumb.
Yeah,
we are dumb. Okay, I think of 10 years ago, Daryl, I'm dumb.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. 20 years ago, don't even get me started. But fortunately, we didn't have Twitter back then, so. People just do dumb shit. And I think there's always got to be a level of forgiveness. And you are now going to be, let's be honest, people will be looking at you. You know, people will watch you and they're wise to what the past is. But I mean, you're clean. You got nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
There's nothing to, you know, you're chilling. It's all good. Well done. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
So let's talk about Awaken Fiji.
Yep.
What is Awaken Fiji?
So, Awaken Fiji is basically just a holiday retreat for my clients and the JRF community. So, I've had so many amazing transformations come through on social media. Like, there's been so many. And I've always wanted to try and find a way to reward them in the past.
Yeah.
So in the past, we've done the 10,000 cash prize to like the most amazing transformation. One of the times we even flew over to Australia to award it to the guy in a big check. What else have we done? We've flown clients to New Zealand for a full week, had them stay here for a full week, put them in a hotel, took them out for lunch, dinner, trained with them for a week. We had a guy from America. We had a girl from Scotland, we had a guy from Norway, and a guy from Australia. So we've done that 4 times, and we kind of got to the point where we thought, what can we do that's still rewarding for our clients, but something completely different?
Yeah.
And then I don't know how, I think it could have been Derry who thought of this idea, but he thought, why don't we just hire out an entire island and just not have it as a hardcore training boot camp, but more of like a celebration, well done, you've done amazing work, relax, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
So that was the idea. We've kind of just ran with it. So what it is, we've hired Beachcomber Island for 6 days, I believe. And then we have selected 6 of my clients who have done amazing transformations and documented their transformations via social media, whether it be Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Just clients who have really shared their journey, what they're eating, what they're feeling, how their progress is coming along, and just the ones who have really inspired others to, get on board. So we have picked 6 winners, and we're paying for all their flights, all their accommodation, all their food, and then we also chose 2 wildcard winners. Yeah. So we're taking 8 clients over in total. For free, and then we're also offering tickets to anyone in the JRF community that wants to come and join in on this. So I think in total right now we have 112 people coming all together. And it's just a whole group of people, males, females, all ages, coming over to Beachcomber Island for 6 days to have a whole lot of fun. There's going to be workouts in the morning. There's going to be yoga. There's island games. We're going to Cloud 9, which is like a floating restaurant bar in Fiji. We're going to Mala Mala Island, another island. We've got a paint party, a foam party, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And it's going to be so cool just being able to meet some of my clients in person for the first time. And just having all these people online who know each other, but have never met each other, come together and meet each other in person and just bring the JRF community together.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's going to be emotional.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
I'm looking forward to it. We've never done anything like it, so it's going to be fun.
So apart from party time, what sort of things are you going to be doing on the island? Because I saw on the list there's going to be some yoga and some wellness. There's going to be a lot of emphasis on a bit of wellness there?
Yep, a bit of wellness, stuff for the mind. But we're going to be doing workouts. I'm going to be doing, some workshops just talking about nutrition and certain things. But we're also making it that the people coming to Awaken Fiji aren't forced to do everything and anything. For example, if they don't want to do the yoga or the workout in the morning, they can sit and do whatever on the island. They can go tan, they can go swim, they can go snorkel. It's completely up to them. But if they want to come and join in on whatever, it's completely open.
I think you'd want to do those things, wouldn't you? Because as you say, like these people are meeting each other for the first time, and you're not just going to want to relax on the beach. You want to just get into it together.
Exactly.
You're all there for the common cause. There's an opportunity to do it together, and as well as meet each other and just have a few drinks at night. Be good.
That's going to be a whole lot of fun.
How long have you been planning this?
Derry's been doing most of the planning. He's amazing. I would say maybe 3-4 months.
Sick. Are you planning on doing more later on? Obviously, this is the inaugural. Where you hope to go from there?
So this is, I guess, a test run in a way, and if this goes well, then we'd love to do more. Maybe it's not Fiji, maybe it's somewhere completely different. But yeah, definitely something that we want to do more of.
Yeah. Man.
Just such a great way to bring the JRF community together, and that's what it's all about, you know?
Yeah. What sort of, have you had any, this is a weird one, but it just come to mind, have you had any naysayers with what you're doing? Like people who think that what you're doing is a bit of a fad or whatever, or, you know? Because obviously there are a lot of fad diets, and there's a lot of fad nutrition people out there, and there's a dime, you know, there are a dime a dozen now on YouTube. Have you had any negative kickback from what you're doing? It's a weird question, but I mean,
Are you talking about Awaken Fiji or like the diet?
No, about the diets. Everything.
Yeah, I definitely have.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be some negative people out there.
Yeah.
Like I've even had, like, as stupid as this, I've even read comments from people directed at me saying, "Oh, this is such a scam. Why would I pay for this? I can find all this information online." And then I'm thinking, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But then you have to go and spend many hours learning it, researching it, and do it yourself. Or you can come to me, pay, and I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
That's just like saying going to a mechanic's a scam. Why would I do that? I can change my own tire. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can.
But I'll take it to the mechanic and get him to do it properly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or anyone can change their own tire, just like anybody can like stop drinking for a little while. But I mean, it's the whole car you got to look at.
Yeah.
It's the whole body. There's a lot more to it. Because I find it fascinating. There's all sorts of like fads. Like I know there are things like you got keto diet, paleo, all those sorts of things. A lot of those, I believe a lot of them. I believe they work.
Yep.
But I don't believe that there's a one size fits all, especially for diet and for workouts, but more on diet. What have been some of the odder? What are some of the things that you look at and you go, nah, that's just total bullshit?
I always say the best diet for you is the diet that you enjoy and the diet that you can stick to best.
Yeah.
Because that's what it all comes down to.
Yeah.
Obviously, to lose body fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Now, if you are following a certain diet that can't allow you to stick to it and adhere to it, that's the biggest problem. So there's many different diets out there, paleo, keto, and I think people just have to find what works. Now, the reason I think, because a lot of my clients get amazing results on keto. Now, the reason I think that is not because it's, you know, there's nothing magic about keto. If you're on a 2,000 calorie keto diet or a 2,000 calorie diet that contains carbs, both at an equal calorie deficit, the fat loss will be the same. Now, the reason I think keto diet is a lot better is for, one, when you've got no carbs and glucose in you, you lose a lot of water weight. So sometimes in the first week, you see 3 or 4 kgs drop, which is very, very motivating, which gets a lot of my clients to stick to the diet because they've already seen results and to go harder with their workouts and to not break it. Sometimes when they're on the other diet, even if calories are the same, because it's got carbs, you don't lose that weight straight away because you're still holding the water. And it demotivates people sometimes and they easily break it. Also with keto, it's just protein and just fat, no direct sources of carbohydrates. Now when you're on the other diet, just say you're following a diet and there's some chips there. Oh, a few chips won't hurt. Or you're out with your friends. Oh, one meal won't hurt. I'll just get some nachos or a burger. One meal is all right. That happens quite often. It happens a lot. When you're on the keto diet, though, you don't want to get kicked out of that ketosis state. So a lot of the time, when you're faced with those options, a couple of chips here and there, have that burger, your answer is no, because it kicks you out of the ketosis state. So by default, my clients stick to the keto diet and stay on it better, which leads to more results. It's almost like you're drawing a line in the sand that you don't cross on the keto diet. Where the other diet, you kind of, it's easier to break.
There's more options to break as well. I find that doing keto, or even I experimented with the meat diet, going carnivore. I experimented with that.
So many benefits for that.
No, I really enjoyed it.
Really?
But after I did it for a week, and then my body was telling me, no, you're missing something. You know what I mean? Let's get some greens. Let's get a little bit. But for that week, I really enjoyed it. I felt satiated all the time. I was never ravenously hungry, and it was a similar sort of thing when I was doing keto, just a bit more stricter. This is an experiment. I was having some fun. But anything that's high fat, high protein is much easier because
Satiated
you get
as well.
satiated, you fall.
Exactly, yep.
If you start introducing carbs, like we all know what it's like. You go to an Indian restaurant, for example, you get all the rice and the naan breads and all that sort of stuff. You are stuffed after an hour. In another hour, hungry again. I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, that's because of insulin. If you consume carbs, your insulin goes up. As
Yeah.
soon as it drops, you're hungry again.
Yeah.
With keto and carnivore, they don't make you hungry.
Yeah.
Therefore, you don't overeat. Yeah.
So good. There's no one solution for everyone. Everyone needs to try things out. And if you're disciplined and you can add carbs in there, great. If you're not, you might want to think about just eating some fat and some meat.
Yeah.
Which actually sounds fucking awesome.
I know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you compete? Are you competing?
I don't compete. No.
You don't compete.
No. I've thought about it many times in the past. I wouldn't ever compete as a bodybuilder. Like my goal is not to be a huge bodybuilder. Like I don't want to be a huge blocky bodybuilder.
Yeah.
My goal is more for that lean, aesthetic, kind of ripped kind of physique. So if I was going to compete, it would probably be men's physique or something.
Sure.
But again, it's probably not something I would ever do.
Yeah.
You know, I train, I diet the same as they would.
Yeah.
And I just don't do it for the stage. I just do it for myself.
Yeah.
And social media.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
So you're doing it for yourself, and you're a billboard.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're not only you're selling your product, and you are your product.
Yeah.
The result that your body, this is the result you can have. So that's actually, I find that must be hard keeping to a certain point, because when you're bodybuilding and that sort of stuff, you've got your bulking phase, your cutting phase, and all that sort of thing. But you're just constantly staying lean.
Yeah. And like, I know I could bulk up and put a lot of size on quite easily because I can eat like crazy.
Yeah.
But again, it's probably going to take, first off, it's not something that I really want to do.
No.
But I think if I did that, it would also take a little bit away from my business.
Sure.
Because I think the general public don't want to look like a bodybuilder.
No.
They want to look like that lean, aesthetic, muscly kind of guy or female.
Yeah.
So I think it helps my business being the look that I am, opposed to a huge cloud. Yeah. Yes.
Modern bodybuilding, man, these days is terrible anyway. Because I'm talking about the big behemoths, right? You look in the back in the day in the 70s, the Arnold days.
They look good.
They look amazing.
Yeah.
That is like Greek gods.
Yeah.
These days they just look like monsters.
Yeah.
It's weird, and they've got huge guts, and they've got estrogen and all that sort of shit.
Yep.
I don't know what is going on. That is just so unrealistic.
Yeah.
And so unattractive to try and obtain. You know, I don't understand that.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's in a weird kind of state.
It's almost like back in the day, they lifted and they trained to look good. Now, the look good is kind of out of the picture, but it's just how big and how freaky can I get?
Yeah. There's it's not sustainable, and yeah, you're right. And back in the day, it looked like these guys could not only do they look amazing, but they look like they could probably do a solid day's work.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Whereas the modern ones now, it's like you're doing an hour and you're fucked. You can't do anything after that. Look at the size here.
Yeah.
And they're eating so much. I just don't. Nah, it just doesn't look healthy. Whereas what your physique and is. It appears obtainable. If you put in the effort and you do the work, you can do it. It clearly looks healthier. It clearly feels healthy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think, it's great. I think it's really good. Well, I reckon you should actually get into a comp, bro. You should give it a match.
Maybe one day. I've thought about it, but I don't know.
You've got enough people working here, they can take care of it.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of which, how many people you got working here?
I don't actually know, but I think 22, 23.
Shit, is that right?
All up in total, yeah.
How long has it taken you to accumulate that amount of stuff?
Yeah, good 6 years.
Good 6 years. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all crucial parts of the business. I could not do this myself.
No.
They're all crucial parts of the business who keep it ticking, who keep it moving along, and allow me to do what I do. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you see in the future for yourself, bro? What would you like to?
I want to take Josef Rakich Fitness to a mainstream brand, a mainstream company.
What do you mean mainstream company? What do you mean?
So something along the lines of Weight Watchers.
Oh, sure.
Like they're mainstream now.
Yeah.
Like they do billions of dollars in revenue per year.
Yeah.
I think they're probably the only mainstream fitness company I can kind of think of, or health company.
Yeah.
Maybe diet.
Yeah.
So that's my goal, to somehow break into the mainstream area.
Yeah. So when people think about weight loss, or specifically when people think about body transformation, they straight away think JRF.
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
And I want to have a full, a full building of people just on phones talking to my clients.
Yeah.
You know, a full what do you call it? Telephone marketing? Not telephone marketing.
Yeah, they're those people.
Yeah, those people.
Yeah.
The people on the
Phone
phones.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have a full team of them. So,
Yeah.
you know, they'll call my clients. Hey, how's your program going? How's your diet? You struggling with anything? Answer any questions they have. Hey, you need a pre-workout. You need a fat burner.
Yeah.
I just want to have that level of customer support and customer, you know, support that we can really take it big. And I think it's possible. We just have to keep thinking of new ways to grow and expand.
So you would, I don't know what staff do here at the moment, but I mean, how interactive are you with your staff, and what your workout regimes and diet plans are like? I suppose you've got a strict kind of plans, right? I don't know. Strict mentality of the way that you do it, and you make sure that, you know, all your staff are on the same page. Yep.
So we were about maybe, well, without counting, I think 5. 5 guys off the top of my head who do customer support.
Yeah.
So that's all my emails. So whenever my client email in, whether it's just a random question or whether it's a question about their meal plan or the workout program, or for example, they're sick of eating chicken, they want to change it to something else. Sure. Can I change it for salmon?
Yep.
My staff will, you know, answer their question or make the meal swap in their meal plan and still have calories equal to what they need to be.
Yep.
So they'll do all those issues, and you know, we get, you know, 200, 300, sometimes even up to 500 emails a day. So my staff are just on top of that. But my staff also help out with, you know, Facebook, you know, replies if people just want a quick message, website chat.
Yep.
People who are not clients, you know, saying, hey, what blah blah blah, whatever question they have.
Yeah.
So yeah, my customer support staff are just going full bore the whole time, and I think I need a few more customer support staff so we can start reaching out to my clients.
Yeah.
Because at the moment I find we're just playing defense.
Yeah. How do you mentally stay in shape for this sort of stuff? How do you're still learning, you're still studying the stuff yourself and just finding out what the new things are, you know? How much bro science do you see out there? You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of bro science, but, you know, sometimes, like, the bro science is not damaging or not incorrect. Like, for example, that fasted cardio.
Yep.
You don't need to do fasted cardio, but if you want to, you can.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of bro science out there.
Yeah.
And what I always preach, I just preach what I know and what I believe to be the truth.
Yeah. Bro science is interesting. I think you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, it works for a lot of people.
Yeah. Like
clearly it works.
Like some people say, you know, bro science, you can only eat chicken and rice and tuna and rice and I don't know, whatever foods it is.
Yeah.
But if you do that, you're probably still going to get results.
Yeah,
it's not like
results.
it's not going to work, you know?
Yeah. But I think it becomes bro science, I think, when some people are just so evangelistic about it. They're so religious about it. You know, it's this way. It's the only way. It's the only way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny, eh?
It is, yeah.
So if you go mainstream, you want to build this baby up. Actually, no, there's another question. Where do your clients come from? So obviously New Zealand and Australia. What sort of reach have you currently got?
Yeah, so worldwide, everywhere. I would say our biggest market at the moment is America. Australia closely followed. But yeah, we're big in New Zealand, Canada, UK. Pretty much every country. Like I've seen clients from Hawaii, Zimbabwe. You know, I've even countries I don't even know how to pronounce them. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
The other day at the beach workout thing that we did, there was a client that came along. He was from Tuiva. What
was his name?
Started with an S. The Islander boy.
Oh, yeah. Tuvalu? I can't remember. Anyway,
he was from a country called Tuiva or something like that. I never heard of it.
Yeah.
And he said there's only 12,000 people that live there.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Tuvalu.
Tuvalu, that could be it, yeah.
He was a good dude, eh?
He was so cool, yeah.
He had a cool story, actually, because he had lost, he had shedded like...
I think it was 20
to 30K?
Yeah, I think it was,
He went really well. He's showing us his pictures on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. And
amazing.
That was January, which is 4 months ago. I was like, dude.
It was funny because he did the keto diet, and then obviously we went out for lunch and he had a burger.
And what a burger. Holy shit, that thing was
massive. I know.
He earned it, though.
But he was saying, it's not cheating because I did it in front of him. He's like, it's
That's
only cheating if I do it and he doesn't know about it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, I laughed.
Oh, he was hilarious, eh?
Such a good dude.
Sweet, bro. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
That's all I got,
No
man.
problem.
That is good.
It's been good chatting.
Yeah. Any shout outs you want to make? Any website you want to add in there?
Yeah, just if you don't know who I am, just I guess search Josef Rakich on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, pretty much everywhere.
Yep.
And so that is spelled Josef.
Yep.
Rakich.
Cool. I'll be putting all the links down below
Yeah,
on the
appreciate
videos and on the podcast as well. But brother, thank you so
Awesome.
much.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
And I'll see you in Fiji.
See you there.
Cool.
Awesome.